Welcome back to Smok'n J's Garage. We are down here for an episode in the gun garage once again because a video that I've had several requests on how to disassemble the Black Aces Tactical lever action shotgun. Now, I looked myself for some videos, particularly on Black Aces website or some of their YouTube channels, and I can't find anything on the Pro Series L, only on their semi-automatic ones, and I think there was one on their pump action one, but the actions are different and they don't come apart the same because I watched that video and it's not going to work on this gun. So I had to try to figure it out myself. Now the first thing that I did, at least I'm going to tell you because I didn't put it back on, it's a pain in the ass. So the short answer, how to take this apart? Don't. It's a pain in the ass. The long answer, we're actually going to pull it apart for you. So you have to remove, if you want to take the bolt out, you have to remove the buttstock. Now the buttstock is going to look like this on the back side. You're going to go in there with a Phillips screwdriver. You are going to penetrate the rubber and feel around until you feel it is in place, and then you're going to unscrew it. Once you get that unscrewed, then you can see inside of there you've got an Allen wrench. I'm not sure what size. I don't have one long enough to reach to get that out to actually take the buttstock off. So we're not going to be able to pull out the bolt, but when we get that far, I'll show you what you have to do it, okay? You need a longer Allen wrench than I have. So to start out, you are going to just unscrew this by hand, and you're going to slide, as soon as it comes undone, you're going to slide this off. There we go. And now we are going to slide the barrel forward. It's just going to slide right off with your forearm attached. Now if you want to take your forearm off, it's going to pull out a little bit and slide off. It's going to fit over the top of this ring. So just a simple pop off the backside and slide it out. So there you can go ahead, you can clean your barrel. If for some reason you got any grit or whatever in your forearm, you can go ahead and do that. Alright, now we've got these two pins. We've got to pop those pins out. Now, those were a huge pain in the ass to me. If you've got a hammer and a punch, it's probably going to be helpful. I'm using a screwdriver because I don't want to go outside and get more tools. So these are the same, both pins are the same, and they are the same on either side, so you can pop them out either side that you want to. Now, my screwdriver only goes into the hole that far. So then I will have to get something smaller and try to pop that out the rest of the way. See if I can do this without breaking anything. Now once it comes all the way out, it's probably going to try to pop, so try to catch it so you don't go flying and lose that pin. Alright, once those two pins are out, you can lift up your action. That's going to take out your trigger and your lifter, your whole mechanism. Now you are going to want to take a straight screwdriver and you're going to, let me turn this around so that you get a better angle and you can see what I'm doing. We've got a screw here that holds on to the lever. We're going to unscrew that, just a flat head. Be careful once you take this out because there is a spacer inside of that. Now just remember, this goes on the same side as your safety. And then there's that spacer that goes in there. That's what actually rides inside of here. Like, well, you get it, right? Rides inside of here like so. So don't lose that. Don't forget to put it back on. Now this is our whole trigger assembly. And that is out. You can clean that. Now the only thing, now this, there's no reason to really pull your tube off, but this unscrews and it will come off if you need to. Now, if you want to take your bolt out, I couldn't figure out any other way to get it out, but if you figure something out, let me know, okay? You have to take off your safety because this is going to slide forward, but it won't slide forward because this is going to hit on your safety. All right, your safety's in here. So you've got to use a 2mm wrench. You're going to pull off this Allen wrench, Allen screw, and you're just going to pry this up. Make sure that you look at the way the groove is facing to the back. When it's on safe, when it's on fire, it's on the bottom. Once you take this off, the inside of here, this is slotted so it fits in there, it will turn completely around. So make sure that you don't get that on backwards or you won't go back together. Pay attention to the way you're taking it apart. Now once your buttstock is off, there is a detent right here. There's a spring that goes right through here, and there's a detent that holds this. That's what gives you that little click. I don't know if you can hear that. Okay, that's what's going to give you your click. You can't pop this out. It pops out this way. You have to take this off. Your buttstock has to be off, so watch that, because this is spring loaded. There's a spring right here. That spring is going to come out. There's going to be a small detent in there. That's going to slide out, and then this will slide out this way, and then your bolt will slide forward with your, I don't even know what this is called. Okay, this lever mechanism that works with all that. I don't know what that's called. But anyway, it'll all slide forward once your safety's out. So that is how you're going to take it apart. Depending on what you're cleaning and how dirty it is, I would recommend only pulling it apart this far, because that is a huge pain in the ass. And like I said, I don't have an Allen wrench big enough to actually get in there, or long enough. I have one big enough. I don't have one long enough to get in there and show you that. If you want to put on the pistol grip that it comes with, that would be how you would do that also. You would unscrew this Allen head that's in here, slide this off. You would slide the new one on. It comes with a shorter bolt and an Allen wrench that works with that one, but not one that's long enough to fit in here. But watch that there is a spring and a detent right there. Don't lose that. Don't pinch it when you put it back on. So there's the disassembly. Let's put it back together. Putting it back together was honestly not much easier. So I am going to turn this around this way so that you can see. And we're going to reassemble it, the same way that we disassembled it. We're going to go ahead and put this on first. I'm going to slide the bolt all the way to the rear. I'm going to try to anyway. There we go. Once this is not all together, it's kind of sloppy and it moves and binds up very easily. So don't force it, just wiggle it a little bit, figure out why it's binding, and then move it that way. I'm going to put this screw back on. And then we're going to try push this all forward. This actually has to be around this way. And obviously this hole and this hole needs to line up with these two holes. We may find it easier to open up our action here. Slide the bolt to the rear. And then get it to drop in this way. Oh, I gotta do it with it closed. So like I said, I've only done this once before. And it was a pain in the ass. So this has to come back this far and be here to pop in. Alright, let me figure this out again, and I'll be right back, okay? Alright, so you've got to work your bolt back and forth until you get this lever to line up in that hole right there, and then you can push this in. And they should line up pretty good. You can see, maybe you can't see, this hole isn't lined up quite right. Grab yourself your punch or your Allen wrench or your screwdriver or whatever, and you can kind of work it in there until that is lined up correctly. You're going to have to lift up on this one a little bit, because as this has a little bit of play that moves up and down, when it is in the down position, it will be covering up part of your hole. So you need to make sure that you are at the up portion of it. And then I found it easier to put this pin in first. And yes, they go in that hard. Probably because it's new. I've only taken it apart twice. Once for this video and once to try to do this video. Get that nice and flush on both sides. And now we will get the front one. We can line up this just a little bit better. I think we've got it. No, I don't think we got it quite lined up. It's got to come out just a little bit. I had a little bit of trouble getting it lined up. I found if I pulled down on it while pushing up with my hand, I could get it to line up a little bit easier. All right, now we are going to slide our barrel back on. You have to put the forearm on the barrel first, but you're going to have to leave it a little bit loose when you come in. Whoops. Yikes. When you come in here, try to get this where you can actually see, so that you can get the barrel to slide back in. You're going to have your action open for that. Get the barrel to slide in. Just like so. And we put our nut back on. The threaded part goes on top, or if you forget, the part with the little notches is what is going to go down first, because you've got a little detent there that is going to make that hold on tight. So we will screw this back down, nice and snug. There we go. Make sure that we are empty. All right, there we go. That is the disassembly and the assembly of the Black Aces Tactical, with the exception of the buttstock, which you're just going to set that back on and then take your screwdriver. I'll do this off camera because you can probably figure that out. You're just going to have to force your screwdriver, you can just relatively small one, that you can force in through those holes, screw that back on. So if you are the one who asked to see this video, hopefully you are seeing it. Hopefully it is helpful to you, and I'm sorry that it's such a pain in the ass. But that's the best way I could find. If any of you have this gun and you found a better way, please leave it in the comments or link to a video perhaps that you have made, because this is a royal pain in the ass, okay? But hey, thanks for watching. If you're watching this channel for the first time and you haven't already, and you want to, boom, please subscribe.